Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the November 4, 2021 meeting of the Dighton Public Library Board of Trustees. Due to the increasing concerns surrounding the coronavirus pandemic, this meeting is a hybrid meeting and will be open to the public through the Zoom conferencing platform. Instructions to participate were shared in advance. A recording of this meeting will be aired on Comcast Local TV 9 and posted on the Town of Dighton YouTube channel. Just a reminder that this meeting is being recorded, and because of the nature of the meeting, all votes will be by roll call. And I think that captures everything I need to say as a preface to the meeting. So welcome, everybody. Call the meeting to order. We'll begin with a roll call. So does that mean we just each introduce ourselves?
Everybody introduce
ourselves at the beginning. I'm Ron O'Connor, chair of the Dighton Public Library Board of Trustees.
Eva Cabral, trustee.
Rita Rujo, trustee.
Jocelyn Tavares, library director, and we have a guest on Zoom. Mr. Hull.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to our meeting.
Welcome.
We have Selectman Hull here tonight.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
First order of business is review and approval of the minutes of the September 22nd meeting of the trustees. I was not present at this meeting, so motion from one of you and a second from one of you.
Rita Rujo, make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes for September 22nd.
Eva Cabral, second.
Is there any discussion of the minutes as drafted? Just note that the typo at the end,
Yeah.
we'll correct that.
We have to vote.
We have to vote, yes. So all in favor? Let's just start with Rita.
Aye, Rita Rujo.
Aye, Eva Cabral.
And abstain, Ron O'Connor, since I wasn't here.
That carries.
Motion carries.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Next item is old business, updates on library operations in Town Hall, as well as at the modular unit.
Town hall operations are going well. Lori is beginning to talk about bringing story times to Town Hall, feeling comfortable with adding tot times and preschool story times. She and Lisa are bringing back the take and make crafts. We have, I don't feel like we plan anything anymore. Everything is like, oh, let's do this. But we thought of, she is scheduled to work the weekend of the Lights On Festival. So we've come up with the idea of, she's gonna have crafts that day to lead in to Lights On. We thought of having something over at the modular for families to pick up, and then adding something to contribute to Lights On. I don't know, we're not sure if it's a craft, if it's, because we know we can't have our Santa holiday party like we normally do because of the size, but if we, depending on the number of participants, I talked to the town clerk today, who's a part of that committee, about what happens and if they had ideas. They just met. My timing was a little off, but they met about yesterday, and they were kind of thinking of us being located here and trying to help spread the word that we were here. I know Mrs. Claus reads to kids, so we were thinking maybe providing small gifts like we used to at our holiday parties from the library. Maybe Mrs. Claus can hand them out I know they have a lot of things already planned, so, excuse me, we're gonna try to get things, some kind of partnership with the group that's not gonna be too cumbersome for anyone to implement. I thought, Lori, I wanna just mention that Lori came up with a fantastic idea of coming up with an ornament craft. Like the kind of, some people collect ornaments with the year. And so she thought, kind of like making little kids commemorative lights on ornament. I thought that was such a great idea
It is.
for us to do. So I was just really excited to pass that along, and with your approval, we can proceed and get the
What's the
supplies.
date again for lights on?
So there's the
26th, 27th.
yeah, usually the Friday, or the Saturday.
It's the Saturday, so it's the
Yeah.
27th.
Yeah.
The modular unit, we're making progress. I was able to get the internet working on the desktop computer this week.
Great.
So we've had wireless. So I just had to get an adapter for the desktop computer so it can connect to the wireless connection. And then I kind of fixed it and went overboard and had to reconfigure things. And but we're up and running. It prints, so that public computer is ready for use.
So it's fully wireless. It's not wired,
It's not
not
wired.
hardwired.
There's an adapter that I don't know exactly how it works, but I follow the directions and
It worked.
it uses a
Yeah.
wireless connection to connect to the internet, even though it's a desktop computer. That would normally be a plug-in.
Okay. So is the building itself wired?
No,
The unit? So where's the
because
wireless signal coming from?
we have, it's all wireless signal, so
Oh, okay. Well, good.
we're not able to drill any holes for wired connections.
I see. I see.
So everything is wireless.
Okay.
So we're,
Well, good.
still trying to work out workflow to see what makes the most sense going between the three buildings. And we're still, figuring out what's comfortable on our desks and, those
Yeah.
little things, still adjusting to that, but we're doing okay.
Mhm.
So,
The telephone service?
yes,
Great.
the telephone is in.
Good.
I can't remember if it was this week or last week
It was
because,
supposed to be last Tuesday.
was it last Tuesday?
Yeah.
Whatever day it was promised, it was
Good.
delivered.
Okay. Great.
So
Good.
I just want to make that clear as well.
Sure. I know Comcast have expedited things to get it done. So,
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Town Administrator Mullen was instrumental in getting that done. So
Yes,
thanks for that. Okay, well, good. Thank you for all you're doing to kind of settle in to the spaces. Have an update on the hotspot and devices.
Oh, I'm still waiting to hear from the federal process on the approval of our 5 laptops to pair up with the hotspots we already have. Every once in a while, I get a request for information. And then I would think it would be either a really quick yes or no, because they've announced another grant round and I don't know what the holdup is. And I respond as quickly as I can. I'm just waiting. And there's a part of me that just wants to release, especially after the weather of last week, where there are people who are without power and we had hotspots just waiting to be paired up with the devices. And we really could have used those. So I don't know. I figure as soon as I do that, we'll hear,
Right.
here's your
Exactly.
laptops.
Yeah, and there's just it's the supply chain issue, I think, is part of it for if we're approved for the
Well, that's
devices.
gonna be the next issue. I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
here, I'm just waiting to hear that here's your funding. Your funding is
Oh, I see.
approved.
Oh, I see. Right. So
And
you're not
then
waiting
I
for the
have
device.
to,
Then you have to find the devices.
so maybe
which will
I
be tough.
should just release the hotspots. And then when I find out that we have the devices,
Mhm.
I should, match them up when they come back. Maybe that's what I should do and not sit on them. I thought we would know by now.
Yeah.
So the devices we will purchase with the funding that we get.
Right,
And we can
right.
buy those from any vendor that's approved by the
I,
town.
I had to demonstrate like I gave them my recommended vendor, because
Mhm.
I know the device couldn't be more than maybe $400. I think the cap was 400 per device. So I think I asked, I don't think it came out to more than $1,800, the total request. And I supplied the documentation, and who knows what the price is now, if it, that was, I think I applied in August. So, we'll see. But, if you think I should let the hotspots go out,
Is there a way we can front that purchase with state aid until we get it, so that we're not? I think it's a great idea. If that money never comes for some reason, I think we should still be doing it.
the only issue would be, I don't know that we would be allowed to deposit it back into state aid because
Right,
of
Sure.
municipal finance
Okay, yeah,
rules.
no, that's
It would
a
have to
great
go
point.
into
Yeah.
a special account for.
Okay, well, let's just
that.
be patient then.
So it would be a matter of maybe, we'd end up with maybe 10 laptops.
Mhm.
So if you're okay with that, then we could do it. I mean, it's your decision.
Have you checked the vendor recently to see if their price increased?
I have not. I can do that.
Yeah, because the way things are going, some
Mhm.
stuff has gone up.
Mm.
Yeah.
And certainly the availability.
Yeah.
So,
going
yeah, you'd
into
be able to
the-
get it.
So I can do that, or we can, look at a different option for devices if you wanted to do that, if you were open to doing that, and I can prepare something for the next meeting if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, let's give it another month, and then if it's not looking promising, let's look at a plan B.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. And hopefully I'll know more.
two of you agree? Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah.
Okay.
Everything's very behind right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next item is LTC purchases and final report.
That is our grant. So I've already purchased a subscription to the video on demand subscription, which includes the larger package of a kids video
Mhm.
to stream and other adult videos to stream. Adult, I mean,
Yeah.
they're documentaries mostly.
Yeah.
And that was about $1,500 worth. And I renewed our Zoom subscription, which was another $130 worth.
Mhm.
I have set aside, we have, that leaves about 1,300 that we can use. And I'm looking at equipment that will help us do a better job with our hybrid meetings and our hybrid, programming, digital programming. And I'm looking at a product called Owl Meetings Pro.
Mhm.
Have you seen it?
we have something that we refer to as the owl, and it sits on a table.
Yeah,
And
and
it has a very wide angle.
it focuses on the speaker at the time,
Yeah,
and it kind of gives like a panoramic view of the room. We're not the only library facing this challenge with how to, it might be great for meetings, but a lot of us want something that's good for programming as well.
Yeah.
And the question just came out again today about programming. So I'm gonna hold back a little bit and see if anybody has found a solution they like more than the out, because I was ready to go ahead and get one because it seemed like one of the easiest and more affordable options out there
Mhm.
for our needs. But I kind of want to see what other libraries have learned. I also put aside, getting a tripod so we can set it up for a wider view and have it be stable.
Mhm.
And then any remaining money we have, I would like to put toward another streaming service that we've been able to partner by with sales. We're getting a 15% discount because of it, because of the sales library cooperative purchase is Canopy,
Mhm.
which is more streaming media. So that's the plan with the rest of it. And I've part of the obligation, or I shouldn't say obligation, one of the requirements of the grant was to write a blog post on the experience of our conversation. And I did have someone come, and it was a somewhat interesting conversation because the woman did not live in Dighton, but still had very relatable issues about stable housing. And I was able to show a clip from one of the library video on demand features from like 2002 that took place in Burlington, Vermont, and talked about how middle-class families could not find housing then, how all the housing was single-family homes, how like, it just sounded so like nothing has changed in all that time. And we talked a bit about that, and I learned what some of her needs were, and it kind of got me thinking about how we can support. I don't have answers, but how we can support people in our community in Dighton who have the same issues and needs. And because that, especially whenever we talk to people, I always hear about the concerns of people being able to afford staying in their homes. Ever since I got here, that's been loud and clear to, what I hear.
Who did the Burlington film?
It was a PBS NewsHour program,
Mhm.
and it was called something in demographics.
Why I ask is my nephew's wife, her father was mayor of Burlington for several terms.
Oh, all right.
I don't know, I'll have to
Not
ask her.
when.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they still live in Burlington. Well, her family lives in
It
Burlington.
looked at different
Yeah.
regions of the country, but that clip was very on point.
And then when her father was finished with his terms, he and his wife went to Albania to help small cities with problems. So they lived there for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me, my goodness. But I wrote the blog post. I posted it to the website. I shared it on Facebook, I think, and maybe even Twitter. And I'll probably send it in our newsletter when I get to doing that. So, But anyway, and I'll get the final report done.
Great, thank you.
I don't know if any of you have had a chance to read my draft letter.
read it.
right,
I read it,
Irene?
Yeah.
Did you have any changes that you wanted to make, or?
I think it looks fine.
Okay.
It's fine to me, Julia.
Alright.
Well done.
Do you want me to sign it, or did you want to sign it?
That's the question, yeah, who's it coming from? I think it's fine for you to do
Okay,
it, if you're okay with that.
all right. I can do that.
Thank you.
But I just wanted to make sure you were okay with the
The tone was
content.
good, and it was very supportive, and acknowledged that we, we're aware of the problem, and we share her concerns.
Okay.
And that, that maybe things are better now, that we've got this space here, and so.
Yeah, and I know that,
And they're meeting here now, right?
yes,
So that's
yes.
Okay.
Everyone's
Yeah.
Everyone's
So I think you
good.
covered everything.
Okay.
It's fine. Thank you.
okay. All right, we've submitted a bunch of cultural council grants because of the money that they have that was not expended. They have a surplus. So
Was that just the town or at the state level?
I think probably a lot of towns have
So that's right,
it was
they're able
rolled
to
over
carry-
because
they're
of the
able to carry it
pandemic.
over. That's right.
So we have, I have a partnership with the Z in New Bedford.
Mhm.
So for kids, I'm so excited about this, an improv workshop
Oh, nice.
where they have one of the artists come, and we're probably gonna have a Zoom program, but have all the kids in a room with the Z artist on the other side of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a poetry workshop with the Z
Nice.
in April. A salsa dancing workshop. These are all things that we normally wouldn't do, but these are all being done with the Z. And we have a summer reading program with a storyteller who is going to talk about nature. And he sings about all the things you would find on a hike.
Nice.
And he sounds like it sounds like a lot of fun. And I think the Friends have put in for I think the New England Aquarium House. I'm not sure if it's New England Aquarium or Museum of Science, but one of them they put in. And Lori might have another program in as well that she had with one of the artists who usually write the grants for you.
Great.
So, and I feel like there's a lot of little things, but
Mhm.
just to keep you all informed. And then I know I brought up the holiday hours last meeting. I just wanted to confirm that the town hall is closed the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
They're observing Christmas on December 23rd, which I think is the Wednesday. Does that sound right?
Thursday?
I think it's Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, yeah, no, I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas is a Saturday.
Yes.
Right. And December 30th is New Year's observed. So I just wanted you to know that well.
Okay,
All right,
thank you. Under new business, statistics.
yeah, I know, we went up. Let me pull that up for Mr. Hull.
Yeah.
Moving in the right direction.
I know.
10% increase is good.
It doesn't feel like it because it just feels so quiet. I want to go to this page. Why doesn't this keep? Can you tell me the number?
Is it the number for October?
Yeah,
1,408?
it didn't.
It's in absolute numbers. It's a difference from prior years.
You can see I did the report. It didn't,
Yeah?
did I not save it? I don't understand. Okay. So this is yeah, it's feeling better. And the online is still, I'm happy with the video on demand. That's doing pretty well.
Okay, yeah, I just checked that out the other day. Yep.
It's getting use, and I haven't just had the chance to promote it as much as I would like, so.
And Canopy is not up yet.
Canopy's not up
Yeah.
yet. It's ready to go. I just have to get it up there.
Sure, okay. Yeah, just everything steady or rising.
How is this working with a few adult books here when they come in with the children? Are people looking at them and asking for books if they don't see something they may want?
I don't think, I think most people are coming here for kids. I think they like the idea that there are materials here for them. And I'm hoping once, especially with the preschool story times, that maybe it would be a good thing, because on Main Street, they would have had to have come upstairs and leave their kid completely unattended to browse. But here it's not so bad. They'll be right there. So I'm hopeful that maybe it would be more of an appeal to people to look at the collection, but I don't know, because it's also social time for some of the parents and caregivers. What does happen with that collection is people, they go out on hold. So that's where we're bouncing around a lot, is that people will request them and we're running from place to place.
Oh, I see. Right.
So, did you have any other questions with?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Payroll and bills.
I brought them tonight because I'm going to take tomorrow off. So these are, this week, they're the basic bills, books and Hoopla, and we had to replace a barcode scanner for Lori because hers was dying. And then payroll. So I can leave it. I know I don't have a table set up for you to comfortably sign, but I can leave it for you to sign over there if you want to take turns or.
This is good because tomorrow is going to be a challenge for me, so.
All right, that's
Yeah,
good.
I was going to let you know that.
Did you want to sign, you had a folder there?
Thank
It's on
you.
top of-
Do you want a black pen?
Yeah, I've got a purple pen, you don't wanna.
Yeah. Let me find one.
What, do you want to start talking about the campaign to get
Sure.
visitors back, or would the two of you like to just
No, I can
finish it?
listen.
I think I
Okay.
can sign my name and do that.
Yeah.
You can sign your name. and
That's
listen
more
to it
than
at
I
the same
can
time?
do.
Okay,
Especially
so-
lately. I've been looking at different ways to get people back. I mean, part of it is they may not know
mhm,
where we are. I know a lot of libraries are having a hard time getting people back in after the pandemic.
mhm.
So I think part of the lights on ceremony, having that kind of effort is going to be a positive thing. I'm kind of, I think we should do more outreach. We used to have visits from the co-op on a weekly basis with certain clients. And I have it in my head to reach out to the co-op to go visit there. We had talked about it pre-pandemic, and then, that got pushed to the wayside. I don't know if they're accepting visitors or that kind of programming for their clients,
Yeah.
but I can check.
Sure.
I know when I was on the Commission on Disability, one of the other members was, she works as a nurse, or she works as a nurse there, Nicole Mello. And I can check with her to see if there's interest or ability to do that. I'm trying to think of other areas in the community. I don't know if the schools are letting people in. I wouldn't think so. I don't think my town is.
Yeah, well, I'm in Fall River, they are letting, we have nutrition coming in from UMass Dartmouth to do classes with the kids. We had Mad Science coming in doing a program.
Oh,
So we have been allowing programs into our school. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, masks and the whole.
And especially now, kids are starting to gonna get vaccinated.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw that. The vaccines are, approved for 5 to 11, ages 5 to
It
11.
already
Um,
started, so.
But I was surprised too, but we've been letting in
Okay.
different outside people into the buildings.
And maybe
So-
not now, but in a couple of months, more kids are vaccinated, they're gonna be probably more open to
Yeah.
things.
yeah. So maybe getting Lori back into school if they're
Yeah,
amenable to
Sure.
that.
Yeah, you can check into it, but I mean, I know they're letting in Fall River, that's a big city, so if this is a smaller town, I don't know if it's different,
Yeah. So I don't know if any of you had ideas about places to reach out to. I know at the beginning of the fall, Lori went and did an outdoor story time for a preschool,
mhm.
but that was, September, just after summer. And those kids are still, under 5, so we were more
Right there,
cautious.
and, yeah.
But I didn't know if you had any ideas of, in your travels in town, if there's a group. Part of me I just feel so disconnected from people after.
What about some of the scout groups?
Yeah, that's true. I've done a program with them before.
Mm.
I've done a craft
I think
program.
it was one of the Girl Scout groups, didn't they just do a little lending library, like on some property?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'll have to just,
That's a
I
good
know,
idea.
what's the gal's name, Waterman, she's very active with the Girl Scouts.
yeah, I know who you
Yeah.
mean. I think and they're the same troop that
Right.
plants outside
Yeah.
Main Street.
I wonder if they have any type of program, like where some of those older kids would do, like readings for the younger kids or things like that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I feel like we almost have to reinvent,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Also sign this one.
Yes.
Be worth finding out what the libraries are doing
Yeah.
for
Right.
outreach, yeah. Did we have anything at the special town meeting? I think we had talked about that and I
No,
didn't, okay.
no, the only thing was that even remotely affected us was, I think, some overage for getting the modular unit in place.
Yeah, no, I meant, did we have like a little flyer or
Oh,
something?
yeah,
I know we
no,
had talked
I
about that
wasn't,
and I.
yeah. I didn't even understand my notes when I saw November
Okay,
1st.
that's fine. It's just about, where is there an audience and,
Yeah, no, you're
Um,
right. I missed the
it
boat on
probably
that.
wasn't.
You will be getting an audience for Lights On, so.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that might be a good
Yeah.
target
Yeah.
is to, I think, aim for something for there. We're not meeting again until after that, so. You have talked about some things, but we have the proximity to the event for the first time. Right, so I think that, I don't know if there's a way that we can actually use that to our advantage, but could, yeah, it's still not, it's not like you can have an open house kind of thing,
Yeah,
so.
no, the day
just-
of the Lights On, we're open until like 3, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Saturday,
Yeah.
and that happens after, so you won't actually have anyone here when that's happening.
Well, Lori said she would stay
Mhm.
because the way that we worked out our schedules is that we're working like a full day, supposed,
Right,
we're scheduled a full day on Saturday and we take off a day during the week
okay.
so that we're not accruing all kinds of time.
Right.
If we only work the 10 to 3, then we use our benefited time to,
Mhm.
so we were talking about it today. So she plans to stay for some of that time.
Mhm.
And then we figure it's going to be dark, gosh,
Yeah,
horribly early, and
Yeah,
the lights will be going on.
right.
And no one is going to care about us because they're going to want to be out
Yeah,
singing.
yeah,
And
Yeah, but for a little bit, I mean, when people first get here,
Right,
they're open,
right,
they might just
right,
pop in.
right.
And she's gonna be doing crafts at that time, like continuing
Probably-
it, or like just having it during the day and then.
I
Does it-
think during the day and maybe greeting people in here, and we were even wondering if we know, I think Mrs. Claus reads, so maybe she could read in
I was
here.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
it'd be nice to
Yeah.
have something going on where they can just stop in, because
Well,
they
I thought
walk
that's-
around out there looking for like hot chocolate or this, or, so it'd be
Yeah.
a nice little stop in, you
well,
know.
hasn't
For
this
all we
space
knew,
been
we-
used for that in
It's
the past?
Yeah.
yeah,
They took, this is where they took pictures of the
Yeah,
kids.
but
with
now it'll
Santa
be
and
like
Mrs.
the
Claus.
library, you know what I mean, it'll be a little
so
different.
for all we
So
knew,
if
we
we could
took
coordinate-
that space and,
Where are they going to do it then? If they're
Yeah.
not doing it in
Right,
here,
right,
They haven't
so-
approached us on that.
right,
But-
I think everything is still,
Well,
I think it's a good
great,
opportunity
it's
to
like-
be a
so
partner,
much-
where
Right.
we've never, we've always been over there,
Mhm.
but now we're.
You're on the property where it's
we're
taking
right
place,
here,
exactly.
Yeah.
so-
So I think if we certainly had Mrs. Claus read here, that would be great.
Exactly, and,
They can see that it's here.
right,
It's a good place to come during school vacation,
Mhm.
right,
promote that.
so we're trying to get it all, it's just slow.
Yeah.
Going,
yeah.
it's like one thing at a time, really, I don't know.
Well, I think sounds like the lights on will be a good opportunity. We don't want to miss that. And
Yeah,
I think we've got some thoughts there. I'll just throw out an idea because I have no idea what I'm thinking. So but is there a way like a scavenger hunt or something?
we were
involving the
talking
kids?
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all had that in the back of our head
Okay, so that's the same place it is
to
in mine.
do
Yeah.
something between the two buildings.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's something we're
Okay,
all,
good.
at least
'Cause they'll
Lori
get
and
the
I,
new-
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's
all right.
on our list for sure.
Excellent, okay. All right. Well, it's good to know that great minds think alike.
That's right.
Anything else on that? Thank you. I know it's a struggle, but we'll get there.
Yeah. The capital outlay form, it's on my mind. I did talk to Town Administrator Mullen late last week, and he gave me some thoughts on how to approach, I guess how to approach it. He had spoken and got a quote on a feasibility study from the OPM who did the police station building. And he did it with the approach of combining a feasibility study for both the library and the fire station, so that it's easier to swallow the two projects and to get economies of scale, really, because you'll probably get a discount on, the two projects at once sort of thing. And I think he said, I don't know, I can't remember if it was 125,000 or 130,000. I know from when we were doing it back along, other libraries were paying like 75,000 for a feasibility study for their project. And I know we didn't come near that, but we got really lucky, I think, with our OPM. I don't think we'll ever be that lucky again as far as cost goes. So I just wanted to mention that. I'll be working on that this next week coming up to really get that firmed up. And I'll probably be in touch with you just to show you the progress, because it'll be due again before we meet. So I want to make sure you're in the loop for what that's about. So.
Okay. Arrowheads loan to Dighton Historical Society.
So, Pat Gales had come in and was asking me about, the library has, we have a collection of arrowheads. And I've always known where they were. They've always been in the office, but there was never a great place to put them on display. So I've always kept them just in the office. And she was asking about them. And there's even less of a good place to put them on display now. So we were talking and wondering if maybe we could loan them to the Historical Society for them to put on loan. And then we got to talking about where they might have come from. And
Probably around here, because as a kid, I can remember finding some, and especially,
well, yeah, no, there's some notations about it coming from near the Tribal Oak. Definitely that, but it looks like it originated, I don't know if any of you know anything about the Attleboro Art Museum.
I've been there with my daughter a couple of times.
And I guess they used to have an archaeology part or some kind of, and I don't know if they were given to us because they were, and I've been here going, 13 and a half years. And before me had been there a long time, So I don't know, it almost looks like, just quick internet searching, that the Robbins Archaeological Museum in Middleborough was a branch off from the Attleboro Art Museum, or they formed and they gave the artifacts that they had to Robbins maybe. And this is all guesswork. And the art museum is all art, right? There's no,
I don't remember any exhibits like for anything besides art.
okay. So that seems plausible. We just haven't done any of the official checking. Because now I'm like, do we have these like on the up and up? How could we have gotten these without that though?
Yeah.
Like someone wouldn't have just, but anyway, so,
But the Historical Society have them.
no, well, no, I think I don't think I gave them to her, but maybe I did. But we basically wanted to see if we'd have your permission to get a memorandum of understanding about the loan, yeah, and just to make it a clean,
And hopefully,
and so we could track it,
and hopefully someday they can be placed in
a
a
library.
library facility that's newer.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially because they did originate here with the
Yeah.
tribal oak, and that's such a
Yeah.
nice thing.
Mhm.
Right.
To
Like I said, as a
commemorate.
kid, I can remember, even like up in our fields, finding one once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so important, and but she also knows someone affiliated, or she has a friend who's affiliated with Robbins that could probably do some of the background identification, dating of the materials. So we can probably work on that and have it for next meeting. If that,
okay, sure.
you're-
Yeah,
that's a
I'm gonna
long
draft it.
story to get to.
No, it's interesting. I don't, yeah, I think I've only once, I think I was aware that they were here, but didn't know anything about the history,
Yeah,
so.
no, I've always felt like they had to be like just kept.
Yeah, especially if we don't know the history of how they're actually ours to even loan is an
Yeah,
issue.
so I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we have that.
Yeah, okay. We're at the questions input section of the agenda. Mr. Hull, any questions or input from you?
Well, a statement, I would strongly encourage you submit a proposal to the Capital Outlay Committee. There are many forces out there in this community, both public and private, that are strongly behind your plans for a library. And I think starting with a feasibility study would be an excellent way to get more people involved as far as knowing how serious the library is with this project. As more and more names, supporters appear from the political perspective, it'll draw more and more interest in a positive way.
Yeah.
The second one, you mentioned the goal of increasing adult usage. Are there any plans to reach out to Lincoln Village? Do outreach
Oh,
that they-
we already go to Lincoln Village. We used to go twice a month, and we go on the Tuesday after the food bank
Okay, no, thank you.
month. Yeah. But thank you for bringing that up. Because I just assumed you all knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that notice, Lenny, that comes out, the little pamphlet we get, it came today, and it mentions the date that the library's staff
Yeah.
member would be there.
Yeah.
And the comment in regards to cooperative productions,
Yeah.
Nikki is my boss, so I would strongly recommend you talk to her.
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful idea, and our people are getting it back out into the community. So that is very excellent idea and very likely to happen.
Okay.
To
I
happen
didn't.
through Nikki.
Okay.
If you have any problems with that, let me know.
Okay. I didn't know if they were coming back out. We used to see them
Yes,
every Friday and we missed them.
okay. Oh, no, they are. They may
All right.
not know that the library is accepting patrons.
All
So
right.
I think it's more of a communication thing. So if you touch base with Nikki, I it'll be great. It'd be great for those folk as well. I work at one of the homes, and I know we've been using, our home is in Rehoboth, so we've been using Rehoboth and Taunton, but we could also come and visit your library, the Dighton Library as well.
Yeah, no, that would be great. And I'll be sure to do that. And we had also talked about doing other programming with them, and then it's just so hard to find the common time and make sure we have it all together. And then the pandemic happened, and so yeah, we'd love to do that.
Library attendance is going to be a major factor in persuading this town to support a library. So the more we can get the numbers increased, the better it'll be.
Oh, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Friends update, the gift card fundraiser.
That is available now. You know,
I've already submitted mine.
the forms are
My
available.
sister-in-law's.
The forms are available. We have some here. We have some at the library. I need to get it online as well so people can access it.
Good.
It's due on November 30th for the month of November.
Mhm.
We're all worried about any of the eventual delays that we're all gonna face. We want to get it in early, and the mail, and
it's so
gosh
great.
knows what else.
Yeah.
And you know, the script company having trouble with getting employees to process things, and I just want to mention that we have the Friends have a tree in the
Oh, yes.
in the
Up at
Festival of Trees at
trees.
Arujos.
I put some
Oh.
caps in it. It's a nice
Oh,
tree.
good. Yeah,
It's
it
a
came
really
out
nice
really
tree.
nice.
Yeah, there's
They-
a lot of nice things on it.
They always do such a
Yeah.
wonderful job. So
Yeah, I bought my 20 tickets today, and
thank you to our friends as
Okay.
always. And I've already talked about the return to youth programming. Lori put together a calendar that's available here. So it's basically the story times. She's gonna have a movie night or a movie afternoon when she's available, either on the Saturday or a Monday night.
Mhm.
And crafts, and so we're doing what we can.
that's
Yeah.
the key. Get kids
Get
in
kids
with their
in.
Yeah. So we're
they're gonna be
starting.
back in
Yeah.
Yeah.
the library.
Mhm.
Is Lenny still on?
Yes.
I say, Lenny, with the kids coming in, the parents, they're the ones that will help because they want their kids to have some good programs.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be salesmanship. I really believe that we can make this happen. There are some names out there that are very influential in the town, and they're really on board with this.
Good,
That is good. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you coming tonight.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Unless there's any other business, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Rita Russo, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Eve Cabral, second.
Okay. All in favor of the motion to adjourn? Ron O'Connor, aye.
Eve Cabral, aye.
Rita Russo, aye. Meeting
Okay,
adjourned.
meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
Meeting
night,
adjourned.
Have a good night.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Recording stopped.